This is Immigrant Podcast with Robinson.
Welcome everybody to the Immigrant Podcast with Robinson. Today, I have the privilege to interview Milka Matos. Welcome to the show, Milka.
Thank you for having me, Robinson. This is really exciting for me. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
Thank you
it
for
is a
having me.
pleasure for me as well. I'm happy to have you on the show. Milka, for those that are listening, it's an expert in the pharmaceutical affairs and world. And she came to Canada as a student a few years ago. And she's going to be talking to us about her experience as a student coming to Canada and the benefits that she's experienced throughout this whole process. Milka, it's all yours. Take it.
Thank you. Thank you, Robinson. Yes, as you said, my name is Milka. I'm from the Dominican Republic. I came to Canada in 2018, like 3 years ago, exactly, as an international student. I came to Lambton College and I got a post-degree program of business management. It was a 2 years program here. I'm located in Ontario. Ontario is a English-speaking province. So I'm going to share with you guys my top 5 benefits of being an international student. It was quite hard, Robinson, just to make a list of just 5 benefits because we have many benefits, a lot I can say. But I'm going to share with you my top 5. Are you with me?
I agree with you. I know that Canada offers more than 5 benefits, that's for sure.
I know,
So
yeah. Well,
it's hard to pick the first 5, but I think you're going to do a great job, and I'm ready to listen, and the audience as well.
Oh, thank you. The first thing before starting my top 5, I'm going to say that I'm a mom, and it was quite difficult being a student and mom at the same time. I have 2 kids, and that part of my life, I enjoy it. I really enjoyed being a student, but it was really challenging for me because my kids are still really young and it made the things a little bit harder. But what things made me come to Canada to get my degree, my post-degree certification? First of all, the qualification value around the world. Canada is renowned for its high quality of education. Any degree, any certificate, any diploma issued in this country stands equal to the qualifications presented by any other leading country. We all know that the Canada education is really high standard. And that was the first benefit that I saw, that why should I go to United States if Canada has highest standards and highest qualification, and my degree or certificate is going to be valued around the world. That was my first benefit.
And also,
yeah,
if you go to the States, at the end of the day, you're just going to be a student, and it's going to be really hard for you to get your residency, if not impossible.
Exactly. That's one of my points. I'm gonna talk about the residency things a little bit later, but that's one of the key points of coming to Canada. Another one is the universities in Canada. Canadian universities are well known to deliver top-class education. 7 Canadian universities have managed to get a place in the top 2000 ranking of the best universities all over the world in 2021. For example, here we have one in Toronto. The University of Toronto is placed as this, I believe, is the 25th best university in the world. In Montreal, there's another one, McGill University, University of British Columbia, Alberta. We have the seven universities that are really high ranked here in Canada as one of the best in all over the world. Can you imagine that in your resume? Like I'm former student of the University of Toronto. What impact can you have in the labor force with your employers when they see you where you come from, right?
It's going to be life-changing for sure.
It is, absolutely. Getting an education from this top university is one of the biggest advantages of studying in Canada for international students, for sure. Another thing is the cost of studies, and the living here is quite of kind of affordable. Canada provides quality of education at an affordable price compared to the USA or UK, for example. The college fees are lower and the tuitions than in another countries. That's why that is one of the major reasons of major crowd here of students immigrating to Canada. Canada is known for having some of the lowest university tuitions among English-speaking countries. You can find any, if you have, if you're gonna go to a university or maybe a college, maybe an institute, you can find something that adjusts to your budget. You're gonna find that. And of course, the cultural experience. Here, Canada is one of the most multicultural country in the world. It's a country of diverse cultures and one of the most tolerant nations in the world. The citizens are welcoming, respectful, and they understand the differences. For example, my accent. I told you that one of the things that why I'm really shy is because I understand that my accent is really strong. People here is understanding. They understand that we are managing differences and we are adjusting to the system, adjusting to the culture, and they are really welcoming and understand the differences. We can interact with local people with different backgrounds and learn from them. And we definitely adjust to the system and the culture here. And of course, the job opportunities. The students graduating from Canadian universities or colleges have a fat chance to land a job in no time. I mean, like 90% of Canadian graduates secure a job within 6 months after their graduation. Majority of international students with Canadian certification and Canadian work experience also can apply for lasting residency without leaving Canada. Whether you want to stay here or go back to your country, you can, I mean, one of the things that we pursue here is Canadian residency. Having that job opportunity and a certification, a Canadian certification, you can apply for the residency from here. You don't need to leave the country or do a different process. That is all in the package. I believe that I just mentioned the top 5 that we can make it short. Number 1, qualifications valued around the world. Top universities are in Canada. The cost of study and living here is affordable. The cultural experience in a multicultural country and the job opportunities. And of course, the chance to get your permanent residency or your citizenship in a long time. There are many others like the safety, quality of life, It's a very good place to raise children. It's a very good place to practice or get your second or third language. And what can I say? I'm here and I'm ready to get everything I can get from Canada.
I second that. So,
Yeah.
in my case, I've been here for 6 years. I'm already a citizen. But everything you touched on, you were right on. And you mentioned
Awesome.
those top five, and then you added a few more, but we can keep adding and adding and adding. And the
Okay.
list is probably not going to have an end.
Yeah. Yeah,
And, and,
absolutely.
and I
And
agree with you when it comes to multiculturalism. Like
mhm.
I'm doing this podcast from Ontario as well today, which is a
My
different. This is
neighbor,
the
you're
first
my
time.
neighbor. You're my neighbor today. We should
Yes,
come
I
and get a
am.
cup of coffee.
This is the first time I do the podcast away from Quebec, and I got to tell you the truth. I went to a park and I brought my dog, and people were very welcoming. Everyone stopped to talk, to chat,
Yeah.
to even pat the dog, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what you get here in Canada. And I think the greatest opportunity, as you said, is whether you make it here as a skilled worker or as a student,
Mm-hmm.
you really have the chance to become a resident in the near future and also a citizen. Those are great opportunities that not too many countries offer. And Canada, if you look at the list of best countries to live in,
Yeah.
I believe that for 2021, it's top three, if not the first one. So these opportunities are opportunities that we need to grasp and take advantage of.
Of course, especially when you have kids. Um, this is a very good place to live, very good place to raise kids. You feel safe, you feel um, confident that everything is going to be good, everything is going to be okay. We have many educational opportunity for the kids. For example, my kids, we live in Ontario, but my kids are in Francophone school. So they're learning English and French at the same time. And those are the things that made us think like, hmm, this is the place to go. This is the place I want to be. This is the place I want to raise children. This is the place I want to grow my family.
Right? And Milka,
Yeah.
so you went through these benefits, but I know that there are many, many people out there who are trying to figure out the way to come to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
What are your recommendations as someone who already did it and did it as a student to those that are still considering or don't know where to start?
Yeah. The first thing I can say for sure is um, go and try to find a good immigration consultant. I don't know if that's the correct way to say, but one of a professional that can guide you through the whole process. I know it's not cheap. I mean, it is expensive process, but it worth it. It worth it because if you go with a professional, he or she is going to guide you through the correct path that you can take. There are many ways to come to Canada, but every file is different, and you need to you need to be guided with someone with expertise about re, re, um, the regulations and the things that you need to do. A specialist, a professional is going to guide you through this path. And of course, the language. Try to learn English or French, at least like a medium level that you can understand or live with a medium level. That's the first two things you need to start to work on.
And if you can actually speak both languages, it would be even better. That's for sure.
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't speak French, but I'm working on it. I know a poem. I don't know if that's gonna do something. At least it's something. It's a poem. I don't know what this means, but I know.
Well, you got to start somewhere. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Milka. Well, I know that you have your channel on Instagram. You have your followers somewhere else.
I do.
And I know you normally did that in Spanish, so I want you to send a message to your community out there and to all those that are Spanish speakers that are going to be listening to the podcast. Inviting them to follow us on YouTube and on the other social media that we have.
Yep.
And to follow you as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Bueno, pues muchísimas gracias, Robinson, por invitarme. Ha sido muy, muy, muy bonita experiencia. ¿Qué puedo decirle a los que están en el camino? El camino es a principio tedioso porque entiendes que son muchas cosas al mismo tiempo, pero como les dije en el transcurso del podcast, busquemos la ayuda de un profesional que nos guíe. Eso es lo primero que debemos hacer. Vamos a tratar de irnos por lo seguro. Escuchar experiencias de las personas que ya están aquí arroja mucha luz. Sin embargo, hay demasiada información en demasiados lugares. Vámonos a las fuentes. Vamos a tratar de buscar en las páginas oficiales las informaciones oficiales para que podamos guiarnos de la manera más correcta. Y los invito a que continúen con Robinson aquí en su canal, tanto en YouTube como en Instagram y mis social media. Ahora mismo lo que estoy manejando más es Instagram, sería @MilkaMatosS. Milka Matos S. Básicamente es un reflejo de mi vida en Canadá como mamá, como profesional, como inmigrante, donde muchas personas han podido aprender muchas cosas sobre el proceso. Así que muchas gracias, Robinson, por invitarme y pues estamos a la orden.
Muchas gracias a ti, Milka. As she said, follow her on Instagram through Milka Matos S.
Yes.
And we're also going to put that in the description of this podcast and also her LinkedIn profile link. Thank you very much, Milka, again. And thank you, everybody, for listening in this week. Until next time.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Robinson. Check you out.
This was I'm Migrant Podcast with Robinson.